video games.
We squirreled hard.
We did squirrel very hard. And what is the scariest moment you've ever had playing a video game?
Fucking Dead Space 1. I was walking down the corridor and I heard babies crying, so I went to investigate. And it was these fucking monstrous looking things crawling towards me, and I freaked the fuck out. Or, you know what, the other time was when I put the game on super hard and there was like no heal points and shit. It was hell, and I was being hunted aggressively.
Okay, so I'll have to Scorpio. You're next because I have a couple stories.
No, that's fine. Like for me, I like playing any games of Halloween, like that'll scare. So I don't know. It's hard because like you get that rush. Like for me, it's hard because there's been a few games where it's like you don't want to move because you know something's happened, and then the moment you turn the corner, you're expecting something to just jump out at you, and then it's just like, no, nothing's there. Then you turn around and you get eaten from behind. And it's like, yeah, my heart just stopped. It's fine. It's happened a couple times, and it's like, well, I would have to say some of the games recently, but there's not one in particular. It's just that's how it is, right? Like that's what gives it the rush. Especially remember the game where you have to use a video camera. You could only use the video camera to see. Where you're inside the asylum and the guy is chasing you around, but you can't see him any other way except for the video camera.
Yeah.
Right. Outlast or something.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Outlast is fucking terrifying.
That was a lot of words for saying I don't have a specific story. Like.
No, I said I don't have a specific game.
Yeah,
like I mean,
any game, just any.
Did y'all play Phasmophobia? Because that game's fucking terrifying.
No,
that
not yet.
Game is absolutely terrifying. Like the fucking the ghost, the apparitions, whatever you want to call it. Like as you're figuring out what type of haunting it is, because there's different types of hauntings. It gets more aggressive. If it finds you, it fucking murders the absolute shit out of you. Okay, it's terrifying.
Yeah, I love watching people scream on it.
I know, like for myself, I think like I have two separate instances. Both of these when I was younger. Like the first one I had when I was younger was when it was in the Majora's Mask. I think it's the first temple, right? Yeah, I think it might be the first temple. There's like a hallway you go down, and like it's just this black hallway only lit by torches, and like the back of your head's thinking, this is bad, right? Because I don't like things surprising me. But like I was running down and I'm running through, there's these little like black Poe things, and their eye, like they turn around and they're like have like little red eyes and they just stare at you. And the whole hallway is filled with them on the sides of the walls. And it's like a narrow hallway, and so you have to like basically sprint through to hopefully you don't get killed.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of these, like, as a kid, it was one of those scariest experiences. Because I don't do going good like that. Like, I would go to, like, the snow temple place, and all of a sudden, there was, like, little white pole things that would sit in the snow. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? This is stupid. But then there's, like, later on in life, and I know you know this story, because you were there. I think you might not have been there. But I think I've told you the story. And it was Elden Ring's Carrion Manor. And the manor during that time... I don't remember. I don't know, Scorpio, if you were there or not, but I know Aaron was there for sure. And like, I go to like Connor's Manor or whatever it is, and I see like the big finger creeper thing on the wall, and you remember that? And I just stop. I stop moving. Like my hands are frozen. Like my like I cannot actually move my hands right now because I am so terrified. And like I stop, and Aaron, like I just stopped talking, and Aaron's like, "Yo, you okay?" And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine." And just like he's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, there's on the walls." And he's just like, "Oh, it's those things." He's like, "Yeah, go a little close." So like I try to hit it with fire or whatever, and it falls to the ground, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'm done." And just like I like turn the game off. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. And so eventually I was like, sat there like, you know, like breathing in, breathing out, getting all heavy, like, all right, let's do this. We got this. So I run through and just hit it with as much fire as possible. And so I kill it because I think that's its weakness is fire. I think their weaknesses are fire. So I killed it, and I felt so good. And then the rest of the time, I would just run. Like, if I saw one, I would just keep on running. I know out in the little fields, there was a moment where you can see the hands sticking out of the ground because they'll, like, surprise hit you or whatever. And what I would do is I use my, like, I forgot I think it's Torrent, your horse. And I used Torrent to jump over the thing. It could double jump. And I jumped over the hand thing.
Why is this giving me Red Dead vibes?
Yeah, because it's scary as shit. So I jumped over the hand, grabbed the treasure, and then hopped over it back. And I was like, I threw fire at it, and I was like, "Fuck you!" and ran off. I'm sure that little like finger creeper was like, "Bro, you a bitch."
Yo, so my fucking gamer confession, for years I had this crippling anxiety about dying in the game. I just hated the concept of it. So every time I thought I was going to be faced with a situation where I might die, I would literally just stop playing the game there. I had to like force myself past that.
Oh my gosh.
So would you be up for the Dark Pictures anthology?
Oh, would you do that? Yeah, we should all do that.
Do what?
The Dark Pictures anthology. As long as I get to kill Julia, I don't care.
So wait. Is this a horror game? Is this a horror game?
It's like a horror choose your own, like you make the choices.
Oh my gosh. I will try to do this with you guys, but you guys gotta be brave because I am not the brave in horror games.
I'm actually on the platinums of them.
Not the brave.
Yeah, he's trying
I'm on the platinum.
Okay, cool. So you are taking lead on this. Haha.
Actually, it's funny because I'm streaming them this October again. I'm gonna go through the entire series from
me and
Manamadan to
if you do that, because me and my fiance might do that too for Halloween, because I'm gonna just get the rest of them and then we're just gonna buzz through all of them.
Yeah, the only ones I'm not doing is Until Dawn or The Quarry or
the Quarry. Oh, we did The Quarry, and The Quarry was all right. The Quarry was it was also the most interesting way. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it is a very interesting story in general.
Yeah. Well, to me, I'll say it's a bit lackluster. To me, I'll say it's a bit lackluster. Like if I had to rate them, I would go Until Dawn and Lil Hope being number 1, tied, and then The Devil in Me with Manamadan tied for 2, and then I would literally put The Quarry before House of Ashes.
Really?
So I think because we're coming to the fall season and Halloween and shit like that, I think that we should start doing more horror stuff. I mean, me personally, I'm gonna be carving out some time to do some like.
Yep, we can definitely we'll definitely do that. We'll make sure, and that's why we have to make sure we do these Halloween streams. We'll just set up like, let's say we set up like a night thing. Let's say like a Saturday night or something like that.
By like mid-October, I should have a camera so that way I could like join properly.
Yeah, because we'll do like a big stream thing for all of us.
Yeah, like I could set up a camera and then 10 seconds later, everybody's cameras could crash and we're all good.
Or you could not be poor and decide to go invest in a half decent camera.
Damn, all right.
Okay, I wasn't talking about being poor. I was talking about the fact that I'd crack the camera because my fucking.
That being said,
thank you for throwing my finances in there.
You're welcome. But that being said, guys, we all know that nothing is more terrifying than when like you're not 100% sure what your paycheck's gonna be, and you know you got those bills coming up.
Yo, that is stressful. But you know what I will say too? So, okay, this is a little off topic, but kind of it's horribly off topic. So, I remember watching the Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay, and the way, was it Foxy? Fucking chased the character down. Like, he was trying to get into one of the animatronics he was trying to jump into, and he missed, and he got hunted down. That shit had me stressing out so bad.
The thing that was so funny is like through the Five Nights series, I think I've said before, I think if you want to see a really interesting one, watch It's called the Glitched Attraction. Still, watch that. It's a fan-made escape room-based FNAF game that goes through the first, like, 6 games.
I'm gonna have to ask you to text me that because I know I'm not gonna remember.
Watch it on YouTube. It's super interesting. I think they did a fantastic job with it. I think the only thing that was like when Security Breach came through and took it into a different direction, and then they took it into like a little more horror for kids direction. And then things got weird because like I'm not gonna lie, that game is also unintentionally the creepiest shit. It's not supposed to be, but like Freddy is super weird because he'll just stand there. He'll just stand there like he won't, unless you call him over. He'll just stand there and then he'll like wave to you. And I'm like I've seen so many like glitches where like he'll just glitch inside of like the
wall or something.
Like the wall, or like glitch inside of like the elevator, and I'm like, bro, this is horrifying. He's like, hey there, sunshine, like, why don't you go down to this place and go jump in the ball pit or some stupid shit? And I'm like,
Fred,
I don't feel comfortable with you here. And he's like, don't worry, I'll make it super quick. And then all of a sudden, out of like the fucking vent, the vent kicks the door, and he's like, oh, Freddie, I'm Chris Hansen from Dateline NBC. Why don't you have a seat right over there? He's like,
I come here with no toys, no cookies, no candy, none of that. I came here for girl dance,
and like, it's so freaking like wild too, because like, Security Breach Ruin came through, and it was interesting. I watched the gameplay from it. It's really weird. So like, depending on what or who the person is, I can only watch some of their stuff, especially when it comes to horror stuff, because holy hell, like some of the people are so like, oh, let's go find this. Oh, that's so cool. That's like a keyboard, and the keyboard, could that be something linked to like FNAF 2? And I'm like, what? Like, what?
Side note, like, have you guys ever seen or played Silent Hill: The Room? Like, I didn't play it myself, but I watched the gameplay, and that shit was wild.
I just think of like Silent Hill with like, what is the dude, Tommy Wiseau?
But like, you have fucking ghosts that like follow you, and they do damage if they touch you, and then like there's other things that you got to fight as you're exploring the game. Like, it's crazy, and then there's things trapped in rooms that will maul you to death. Like,
I'm gonna kill you, and you're like, not if I kill me first.
Great, motherfucker! Beat you to it.
Well, yeah, but I think this is actually a pretty good start for one too. You guys got me a lot of